ancient texts I can read. I can read this, like. It's quite interesting. A release. A release. He's a release. You tied in with sin, I suppose. But you can tie it in with something else that's coming up. In Deuteronomy, you know the first 5 books of the Bible. Yeah, you know about that. That's before the Jews, you see. Before the Jews. They cannot set claim on it because there was no such thing as a Jew then. They were Hebrews. Hebrews. Fucking Adam wasn't a fucking Jew, was he? Adam. He was nothing. There was no fucking religions, nothing there, man. Not a thing. Let's get back to that. In Deuteronomy 15, sets forth a year of release. What do you mean, Joseph? Commanding the cancellation of debts. What? Read that again, Joseph. Commanding the cancellation of debts every 7th year. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? That's what happened them days. Before the Jews, you know. Wow. So let's see. Leviticus, yeah. 25. Verse 10. Yeah, that describes the Jubilee every 50 years. Yeah. It's 50 years. We're coming into the Jubilee now, see. The number 7 is involved. Every 7th year. Confirmation. Do not deny it. I burped. Listen to me. I'm just having a bit of fun with somebody. Aren't I? Just having a bit of fun. Come on now. I hope you're doing alright anyway. It's keep an eye on everybody now. Oh yeah. Mrs. Green. Mrs. Green. How I love you. How I love you. Give us a kiss. Evergreen. Barbara Streisand sings a good song, doesn't she? Evergreen. What a beautiful voice she's been gifted with. Barbara Streisand. It's absolutely beautiful voice. You know, all gifts is from our Father at the end of the day. And we should give our Father credit. You didn't create, did we? Vocal cords. Here, here's some cells here. Here. Barbara, here's some cells. Just create yourself a singing box. Here. What do I do with that, Father? You rely on me, don't you? I created this for you. The voice. I did it. Do you get it? Oh, of course. Of course. Yes, Father. I'm not going to read any more, Father. Is there anything you'd like us to say, Father? Well, in Matthew chapter 6, that's the New Testament, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. So in the Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6 verse 12, it actually uses this expression, debts. Yeah? Basically as a metaphor for sins, which I've already said, that sin is debt. So showing a spiritual parallel between financial independence and a moral debt. All owe to God. The concept includes acknowledging obligations, whether financial or spiritual, and seeking God's grace and provisions. So anyone who's feeling as if they're in debt, no forgiveness or whatever, what can you do? Well, first of all, as a loving Father, He wants us to correct any errors that we've done along the way. For example, I loaned my tools out of the goodness of my heart, following the way. And what happened? Sin entered the equation. How, Joseph? Those tools were worth £5,000 to £6,000 in English notes. He sold them as the sin. There's the sin that will come into the body. I don't have to do a thing. He will forever, and those in company with him who did it to me, will forever hold that spirit of what they have done. They cannot remove it. It will eat them up from inside. They will get headaches. They'll get all sorts of illnesses until they return these goods. So that's an example of how to gain our Father's forgiveness and being able to use the blood of the Lamb. We have to clean ourselves up, get on the way. If we've done any damage at all, we have to try and correct it. We can't just become a Christian and wipe all that out. What did the man say to Jesus? I will give everything I've took off you, these people. It was Matthew, wasn't it? The tax collector. What he'd done as a tax collector. For the Romans. Did it to his own brothers. He returned it all. He returned it all. So that's an example of the process of getting on the way, the right way, that leads us to an incredible condition of the heart, mind and soul. It improves, it becomes truly divine. I'm still in the process, as you are. I have sinned against my own body, and it takes time. I used to work so hard to make extra money. Being a stonemason and laying bricks as well. Working really hard. Not under the right conditions. And my body suffered. I have scars all over the body itself. Through knocks, through silly mistakes that I've done. Falling off scaffolding that was so high onto a solid ground. It was my own fault. I thought the scaffolding board was strong enough to hold us, and it wasn't. So I slid down a massive roof here, one of the old-fashioned pink roofs like that. Not like that, like that. Slid off, poof. It was 2 stories high. The Victorian houses. It was a gamekeeper's house I was putting an extension on. And 2 stories down. Poof. Trees all around. But just here, there was a truck, dirt truck. And I fell solid on there. On my feet. I don't know, like cat. And I tried to do what a cat does. Just the zit. And I did it. But my arse fucking went onto the hard soil and it winded us. So I rolled over and I thought, what the fuck, have I done some damage? My mate thought I was dead. He looked down and he said, oh fuck, he's a goner. Because I was flat out. I hadn't fainted or anything. I just couldn't breathe. I was like, tiny little breaths. You know when you get winded. Oh. Anyway, I recovered. And I got up. And my mate got down from the ladder. 2 stories, actually 3 stories by then. It was the part that we were building. And fuck, he says, what? He's shocked that I survived it. But it did something to me, me back. For years later, I used to have problems with me back until I learned how to stretch it again. Through that I've learned how to stretch out problems. So with a lot of stretching, the vertebrae, because they get pushed down, and that was obviously woof, and it all went shh. So I had to release that. And the only way to release it, and it takes time of course, is to stretch yourself. Stretch. And it releases everything. It took years to get the way I am now. So what's happening right now, there's going to be a release, a reset. A reset is like a jubilee. Trump, Netanyahu can do nothing about it. Why? We have entered into the promised 1,000-year reign. We are here as the kings and priests of the kingdom of our Father, I should say. We're here. And it's freaking them out.